Alright guys, welcome back. This is our first e-learning lesson, so hopefully this goes well. Let me know if you guys need any help. 8.5 day 1, and like I said, we're going to be splitting this up into multiple days. So the first day is going to be all about these new properties of logs, and today we're just talking about expanding them, so taking them from one small thing and expanding them out to multiple things. So just a little bit of review here. Remember, if you have log and the base and this number are both the same, remember that's the same thing as saying 3 to some power equals 3, which we know that anytime we get this, that's always going to equal 1. Same thing down here, if we have 4 to some power equals 1, so anytime we have a 1 here, no matter what this base is, that's always going to equal 0. Okay, so our new properties that we have that we're looking at here. Anytime you guys need to pause the video to kind of go through things or to try examples or to maybe go back and listen to it again, make sure that you do that. The three properties that we're working with are here, called the product property, quotient property, and power property. The product property simply says if you have a log of two different things or multiple things here being multiplied together, okay, we can split those up and write them as their own log and use addition. Okay. Same thing here. Quotient rule means divide. So it says if we have a log of two things being divided, we can split them up by using subtraction. And then we have the power property. So if I'm taking something to a power, so I have log base of any base here of m, so something raised to the power of n. If that's the case, we can take whatever that power is and move it out front and make this multiplication. So it becomes whatever that power is in times the log of whatever we have left here. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at an example. So first of all, we're not using calculator to actually evaluate these numbers because we know we could just plug these numbers in. So for us, we are just taking this log base 7 of 2, and we know what it equals. Same thing here. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to look at our property. So our property tells us log base 7. So we're dividing here. And so whenever we divide, okay, we know that we can subtract these. So this gives me log base 7 of 2 minus log base 7 of 5. So I can split this up into two different logs. Anytime we're expanding, both things need to have this new log attached to them. And so what I can do then is I can go up here and look at these numbers. Log base 7 of 2 equals this number right here. So I'm going to substitute this value 0.356 in for log base 7 of 2 minus log base 7 of 5 over here equals this. So I'm going to substitute in 0.827. And then when I take this 0.356 and subtract 0.827 from it, we're going to get negative 0.4. We get there 6.1. Okay, you can use your calculator for that, just to type those numbers in, or we can do it longhand. Over here, different example. Okay, so now, again, we want to rewrite these problems using these numbers up here. And so if I look at this, there's this number that I don't have here, but we know, we talked about this a while ago, what is log base 7 of 7? We know that equals 1. And so really, I can use this and rewrite this as 7 times 2 because I have log base 7 of 2 up here. And we know what log base 7 of 7 is. So now that I've rewritten this as multiplication, I can take this and rewrite it as log base 7 of 7 plus, using my property, log base 7 of 2. Okay, and now we just talked about what is log base 7 of 7. That is 1 plus log base 7 of 2, which is up here, is 0.356. Okay, so we add those together. we get 1.356. Last one over here. Okay, same thing. I want to rewrite this using some number that I have up here. Well, if I use 5, I can there's two different ways you can think about this. You can think about it as 5 times 5, or we can think about it as 5 squared. So in this situation, what do we do with that too? When we have an exponent, we move it out front and make it multiplication. So it's going to be 2 times log base 7 of 5. We know log base 7 of 5 up here is 0.827. So now it's just multiplication. 2 times 0.827 gives me 1.654. All right, let's do 2 examples with variables, and then you guys will have a couple to do on your own. So if we look at this with variables, what I want to look at here is what is the big operation here. Okay, the big operation here is multiplication. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to split this up by multiplication. So log base 4 of 5, the way we split up multiplication is we add. So log base 4 of x squared. Remember, the squared is only going to the x, not the 5. Now, since I have an exponent here, I want to completely expand this. We take exponents, we move them out front. Again, it just goes out front of the x, not the 5. So we get log base 4 of 5, which we don't know what that is. We'll just leave it as is, plus 2 times log base 4 of x. Okay, and so that's where we're going to leave our answer. Next one. Okay, big operation here. What's the big operation here? Division. Okay, so we're going to split this up. Since the big operation is division, we're going to split it up by subtraction. So log base 7 of 3x, because that's what's on top, minus log base 7 of y. Then we can also split this up right here. So this is 3 times x. Well, the way we split up multiplication is we add. So log base 7 of 3 plus log base 7 of x, and then all of that divided by, which we subtract, log base 7 of y. Now everything has been separated. This just has one thing, this has one thing, this has one thing, and so that there is our final answer. Okay, I want you guys to now pause the video and try these examples here on your own. Once you're done with those examples, play the rest of the video and you'll see the answers. All right, here are the answers to these 8 questions. This is the end of your notes. Go ahead and go on and complete your homework assignment now.